Welcome back to Patch Notes Panic. I'm your host. 9 times today, CIG used the word committed. 9. And I want to talk about what that word is actually worth, because 2 things landed at once, and they are not the same thing. The game went free today. The roadmap moved today. One of those you can play tonight. The other one is a spreadsheet. Okay, so comments right now before you forget. Free Fly Week. Which one are you? Are you the veteran who's about to spend the next 2 weeks as an unpaid tour guide? Or are you the brand new guy who's going to die on the spaceport tram inside 4 minutes? Tell me, I've been both, in the same session. Right, today's Roadmap Roundup. That's the note CIG puts out every 2 weeks explaining what changed and why moved 9 Alpha 4.10 cards to committed. 9 of them. That's not a status update, that's a shopping spree. Siege of Orison, instancing. Hold those 2, we're coming back to them. Then, the super heavy combat armor, the BUL-H4. Item recovery ship loadout improvements, fuel tanks and consumption rebalance. New Wicklow ship offerings. The Apocalypse Arms Vendetta heavy machine gun. And I have read this 3 times, and it does say this. The Hedeby Gunworks Arlington lever action rifle. Plus, a new attachment for it, the Hedeby S2 Optic. A lever-action rifle. In space. On a spaceship. In a game where a doorway can currently end your entire evening. Somebody at Hedeby watched exactly one Western and went, yeah, that. Put a scope on it. And look, I want it, in a way that is, frankly, a personality problem. But Orison and instancing are the 2 you clicked on. Those are the features people expected earlier and did not get on live. Today, they got the label. And here's what matters more than the label. Alpha 4.10 is in Wave 1 PTU right now. Testers have their hands on it. CIG's asking them to read the 4.10 patch notes, get in there, and post in the per-feature feedback threads as things get refined across the upcoming builds. Which is a very polite way of saying, go find the thing that explodes and then write about it calmly. Status change, plus a real build in real hands. That's the signal. Instancing though, I said this was the quiet one that changes everything. I'm not going to be smug about it. I've been smug about it since 11 this morning. My wife asked what I was grinning at. I said, instancing. She slowly backed out of the room. She thinks I'm in a cult. She is not entirely wrong. And don't sleep on the unglamorous cards, because those are the ones you feel every single session. Fuel rebalance, item recovery. Nobody has ever screamed, fuel rebalance, into a headset at 2 in the morning. But the 2 things that quietly end a good night, running dry somewhere gorgeous and empty, and getting your loadout back as more of a vibe than a fact. Plus, new Wicklow ship offerings. You bring the weird trinkets, he hands over ships. It's the only economy in this game where hoarding garbage is a legitimate career path, and honestly, I've been training my whole life. Okay, I have to ruin my own party for a second. Committed is a roadmap status. It is not a shipped feature. Committed, on a roadmap, is Michael Scott standing in the middle of the office going, I declare committed. He said the word. He said it loudly. He said it with his entire chest. And legally, nothing happened. The paperwork does not care how loud you were. None of those 9 are on the live build tonight. Not one card. If you log in right now, you are not fighting the Siege of Orison. You're standing in Orison, on a platform, getting gently rained on by a planet that has not been told a siege was announced. And one card didn't get the label, which I need to be loud about because I've already seen it mangled. The mission giver, Recco Battaglia, still tentative. The team is still implementing her and her missions for a future 4.10 PTU build. She did not ship in 4.9. She's in the green room with a coffee. Someone keeps telling her it's 5 more minutes. Here's the machine itself, straight from CIG. The 1.0 column shows features planned for inclusion in or before Star Citizen 1.0. meaning you might not have to wait for the 1.0 release to get them. When a card's ready, it migrates left into a point patch column, and that's when it ships. So the whole roadmap is just cards very slowly sliding left. It's the world's slowest game of Tetris. The blocks take 2 years to fall, and we watch it like it's a playoff. So what are you actually playing tonight? Alpha 4.9, Frontier Tensions. That's the live build. That's what's on your launcher. And the 4.9 hotfix thread got updated yesterday, the 28th. So somebody is still in there with a wrench and the engine running. That's not a complaint. That's a weather report. Dress accordingly. And you can get in for free. Foundation Festival 2026 opened today, July 29th, and it runs through August 10th. Fly free. The event plugs you into the guide system, actual veterans helping actual new players, which is lovely. And also means right now there's a man with 4,000 hours explaining quantum travel to a stranger with the intensity of a hostage negotiator. 16 flight-ready ships are featured, and none of these are filler. Every one of them is somebody's dream ship. The full roster and prices are on your screen, so let me just tell you who each of these is actually for. Brand new? Start with the Aurora or the Cutter. $45 each if you ever fall in love and keep one. The Aurora's for the player who wants to try a bit of everything, and the Cutter's for the player who wants to point at a horizon and just go. Both are still in my hangar because I am physically incapable of letting go of anything. If your idea of a good night is a job simulator at 2 in the morning with a podcast on, the Golem and Salvation were built for your exact brain. $60 each, mining and salvage, and you're not getting that brain back. The Intrepid at $65 hauls light freight and has a bed, which in this game qualifies as a luxury amenity. Fighter pilots get the Arrow at $75 and the Gladius at $90, and the Gladius is the one veterans get emotional about. Mention it in chat and a stranger will send you 3 paragraphs. The Cutlass Black is the everything ship at $110. Cargo, a fight, and room for the friends who will absolutely open the rear ramp while you are in quantum. From there it climbs. The Razor at $145 is pure racing. The Prospector at $155 is the mining ship that quietly funded half the hangars in this community, including 2 of mine. The Vulture at $175 does salvage, and I'm telling you, hull scraping is the most relaxing thing in this game. It's a spa. With a laser. Up at the heavy end, the Mercury at $260 has the silhouette of a ship with secrets, and the Starfarer at $300 does refueling, which sounds like homework until you're the only one in the system holding fuel, and suddenly you're the most popular individual in the verse. The Caterpillar at $330 and the Valkyrie at $375, a dropship for orgs with an actual plan and one guy who says stack up without a hint of irony. And then the 600i Explorer, $475. Give me a second. It's the interior. Origin builds ships that look like a boutique hotel decided to leave the atmosphere. And the 600i is, it does the, you know, the thing with the, it does the cool thing, okay? It has a master bedroom that makes my actual apartment look like an active crime scene. Go sit in it. That is the review. I'm not allowed to say the words 600i at dinner anymore. My wife has learned the exact silence that comes right before I say, so there's an event on. Subscribe, by the way. So she finally believes making ship videos is a real job. And while you're down there, Vulture or Prospector, first one you're taking up this week, don't think, go. Do you have to spend anything to fly those 16? No. That's the point. Those dollar numbers are what a hull costs if you fall in love and want to keep one after the 10th. Some of you will. I know, because I did. Twice. During a free fly, which is like going to a dealership for the free coffee and leaving in a truck. Twitch drops are running alongside it, and here's the detail nobody reads. The free fly ends August 10th. The drops run through August 12th. Different dates, on purpose. which means there are 2 days where you can't fly for free, but you can still earn rewards watching other people fly for free. That's not a scheduling error. That's just withdrawal with a progress bar. Watch any Drops-enabled Star Citizen stream for 4 hours. You unlock the ATLS Foundation Festival Paint. Subscribe to any participating Star Citizen streamer. You earn the Banu Lockbox Replica. And none of it reaches you unless you link Twitch to your RSI account first. Log in on the RSI site. Account Dashboard. Settings. Linked Accounts. Click Twitch. Authorize. 6 clicks. Do them before you start watching, because 4 hours is a long time to sit still and receive absolutely nothing. Just you, your darkest thoughts, and a progress bar that has not moved since lunch. Also live right now, Ship Showdown alums. Last year's champions, the 2955 winners, are back up. Go write a 3-page essay on Spectrum about why a space forklift is morally superior to a luxury yacht. Okay, if you're new this week, and a lot of you are, the referral thing. A code gets a brand new account 50,000 UEC. 50,000. When I started, 5,000. 5. That bought me a hat and half a tank of fuel. I have carried that injustice for years. I bring it up at parties. I've stopped being invited to parties. And during this event, whoever refers you earns a free Argo ATLS. That's the power suit that turns loading cargo from a personal tragedy into an actual job. It lists at $40. Meanwhile, the new player gets the Ready for Anything career kit. So yes, I'm jealous of you. Openly, publicly jealous. My code's on screen, it's in the description, it's in the pinned comment. Knowing CIG, no idea how long any of this stays the way it is. So here's where we land. Nearly 2 weeks, free, on a build that got hotfixed yesterday, which means it's alive and somebody's minding it. Play the game that exists, not the one on the roadmap. The roadmap is a promise. 4.9 is a place you can actually stand. And that word CIG stamped on 9 cards today, it's a good word. Orison and instancing, with a Wave 1 build already in testers' hands. Strongest signal we've had in months. But it's a status, not a delivery. It's the roadmap saying it's serious this time. It is not the roadmap moving in. 9 cards, 1 word. Committed. Now go play the game that actually exists, and let's find out together whether they meant it. That's Patch Notes Panic. See you in the verse.